There I am. I have been resurrected! Hooray! Welcome all to Make a Good Megaman Level 3! Yes, I live! Hello, Bane! I don't know where I was going with that. I have not streamed in quite a while. Except for the whole collab, but I don't do much talking in the collab. So... And the game is probably going to crash because I don't have my controller on. Because I'm an idiot. And the last time I didn't have the controller on, the game crashed on me, so... Nope, we appear to be good. Yes. But anyways, when we last left off, I was in the middle of Tier 1. That should be up on YouTube at this moment. I'm throwing these up there as soon as I'm pretty much done with them, so... God, I don't know where to go from there. I am out of it today. You have to. I do apologize. It is not going to be. I wanted to get one of these done. I really want to play this game, but at the same time, I'm just jonesing to play Final Fantasy XIV. Dawn Trail's coming out. 2 weeks. Ay, ay, ay. I've been hour and 57 minutes. Oh god. I got so long to go in this game. Alright. So I did a few things after the end of the first session. I turned off weapon wheel, so I don't have to worry about that nonsense again. What else did I do? I still have that. That slide. I still have that. I don't know what that is. Ah! I don't know what this is. Okay. Okay. Well, let's continue on. I don't even remember where I was. This is what happens when you don't play the game for a very long time. A very long time being a week. I think that up there was the one I just beat. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I hated that level. I mean, I'm not gonna like these levels in this game for probably a while, so... But where are we now? 171st place, Not Delivering on Promises, by Giga Automiya. Giga Automiya. I'm butchering that, I know it. 24 out of 100. 15, 13, 39, 17, 36. Let's go. This music sounds very familiar. Ah! Quest 64 battle music. Actually, Quest 64 is one of those games that had so much potential to be great, and it's just dull. I've thought about potentially maybe streaming it someday, but Quest 64 is just too dull. But the music is really good in Quest 64. From my understanding, though, the Game Boy Color version of Quest actually improves everything from the 64 version, so... I don't know if I can make that jump without utilities. Give it the old college try one more time. Nope, that's not good enough. Note to people, game creators, developers, whatever. You need to make, especially when it comes to Mega Man games, you need to make sure that it can be beaten Buster only. I don't think this jump is possible Buster only. Unless I can... No, I'm not going to be able to trigger him off screen, so... Oh! Never mind, I have infinite fucking weapon energy in this level. Let's go nuts. So everything that I was saying about weapon energy and making sure you can beat a Buster only, forget what I just said. Because now I can do stuff like this. There we go. I don't know what to do here. That'll work. Why am I not using the broken spark chaser? Okay, this isn't fun anymore. There we go. No checkpoint, huh? If I got a checkpoint, I wouldn't have used a weapon on that. But I really did not want to do that level again. There's a Noble Nickel I missed! Not Noble Nickel, Trinity Token, whatever the fuck they're called. Alright, I guess I'm going back into that level. On the plus side, infinite frickin' weapon energy means stuff like this. Nope, it's not over there. That was definitely overkill. I feel like there's something there. Oh no, it's that thing. Never mind. So I know we got that thing that's going to, not over here anyways, so... This is what this level is going to entail, is just me trial and erroring the whole thing with this damn token. Dog. Turn that down. Look at the settings of my... I'm actually gonna turn the game down, I think, a little bit. Oh, my microphone up. Let's see here. I think I gotta mess around with the settings a little bit later. Oh well. At least the level's short. How's that going for it, at least? Again, unlimited weapon energy is very, very nice to have. And this fucking fish can die at any moment now. Thank you. Really? Go away. Well, only one other thing I could think of. No. And no, why would there be checkpoints in this stage? I already checked over there, unless there was something else I missed. What's scary is that the very first level in this game, they really made it a point to say that the Noble Nickel is... I keep calling it a... I'm going to be calling it a Noble Nickel throughout the entire game, by the way. But token was very well hidden in the first level in the game. I didn't get that warning with this one, so... I think I may have to come back to this level. Because I feel like I've exhausted all options at this point. Let's see what the comments. Let's see what the judges had to say about it. Maybe they'll give me a hint as to where the token is. Mick, you know, if you promised me nothing, then why would you not deliver on promises that don't actually exist? Thinking. But then I suppose there's some promises that won't deliver in the end anyway. Anyway, for the level itself, this level is short, has a lot of arbitrary design, infinite weapon energy for some reason, and absolutely no checkpoints. It's definitely not an award winner. I wouldn't even call it fully functional. Still, there's things in here to note. The crab room was memorably silly, and the wispy Quickman, which I know is from a ROM hack, was an okay twist to an old dev kit boss. That's about all there is to say, though. Nope. His head and his profile's gone, too. Oh, that's right. What did Mick look like? Mick didn't have any, notable expressions. Yeah, I got next to nothing for this one. There's a lot of things I could ask. Why? In this stage, such as, why are there no checkpoints anywhere in the level, even if it is incredibly short? Why does this level give you infinite ammo for every weapon? Why is the token hidden by a invisible ladder? Because of course it is. Regardless of what the answers to those questions may be, the rest of the level's problems are all glaringly obvious. The only other semi-notable thing is that the stage is a modified Quickman fight at the end. Aside from the fact that he turns into a small flame when he's jumping, for some reason, his projectiles are a lot easier to avoid than vanilla Quickman's are, provided you stay close to him. The further away you are, the wider the spread of the flames, which can often put you in situations where it's near impossible to avoid taking damage. I said screw all that and just use Spark Chaser, but that's me. All things considered, I wouldn't be surprised if this level was intended to be a joke. Even by those standards, though, I wouldn't say it's particularly good. Promised. Patchy. Promistant. I don't know how to pronounce that. Promised. Level only consists of a few screens with very basic platforming challenges, and enemy placements that aren't all that inspiring either. It's also borrowing a portion of Mega Man 1 Fortress Stage 2 at one point, which is odd to say the least. What's even odder is that all of your weapons are given infinite ammo, other than the one part with the horrible horde of endless crabs. The whole level is completely trivialized by the fact that you can just keep spamming Tornado Blow. The boss is just a lazy Quickman at it. The lack of any checkpoints in the level makes getting to him a bit of a hassle, but the stage is extremely short and easy anyway. There's also this weird unmarked secret laying around with pretty broken rewards all around that you can just keep grinding for once you know that they're there. I guess I'm going back in and just holding up the whole time to try to find that invisible ladder, huh? I imagine your list of promises when designing this level looks something like this. I promise to not load a bunch of Mega Man 2 assets into a shotgun and fire widely into the screen. I promise to show players how much I care about them by placing at least one checkpoint literally anywhere. I promise to communicate to players that they have infinite weapon energy before they get tired of dying repeatedly to challenges that are completely unmanageable with the Buster. I promise to spare players from awkward screen transitions, aimless free-scrolling, and bogus challenges, such as looking for a token hidden in an unseen room accessible only by a tiny invisible ladder that is not telegraphed or hinted in any way. I promise to not create a secondary secret room containing an outrageous reward requirement requiring dev team intervention to maintain game balance. You ass. Now I want to go back and get all those rewards. I promise that the boss will have all his sprites replaced with a cute little flame and that his projectiles will be free from technical polish problems, thus ensuring he's taken seriously and not written off as a slapdash joke. I promise that creative dev kit boss alterations, acceptable music selection, and compulsory functionality won't account for the majority of points this level receives. Whatever the actual intent was here, please promise that your next level will be just like this one. Oh. A-Spark looked lazy with this comic, although I'm pretty sure there's gonna be stuff on the bottom here. By the unlimited fiery strength I now hold in my grasp, the world will tremble at the purple might of spam, 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 spam. Lovely spam, wonderful spam. Hey, we aren't supposed to get sued by Michael Palin, alright? I don't like spam. I'm guessing Michael Palin, or Palin, or however you pronounce that, is somebody my old ass does not know. I'm kind of arsed to actually look it up, but hey, let's go ahead and do so. Actor, comedian. Oh, I should know who that is. Ah, okay. I am dumb. I do know who that is. Wow, am I dumb. I really should know who that is. The name didn't, face didn't ring a bell when I first saw it, and as soon as I started seeing, like, what he's in and designed, I was like, oh, okay. Alright, let's give this one more go to try to find the Noble Nickel now that I know it's freaking hidden via invisible ladder. So... See, coming over here would have been where you'd want to have the thing. I mean, it's not creative, but at least... I'm willing to bet that there's no way to actually fall, so... Not fall, by the way, I meant freaking... I didn't even think of this, actually. Oh, that's not gonna work anyways. Oh, I'm on something. There it is. I just claim right there, huh? There's a ladder right there, but I'm not hearing no freaking token or anything like that. So that's probably the dev team not intervention. You know what I'm trying to get at, I just can't say the word right now. Or ever, probably. I found a ladder. I'm gonna feel really stupid when I look this when I look this thing up. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and spend all day on one level. Even though I should. These stupid cryptic fucking things. 170th place, A Piece of Cake, but with Aesthetics, by Nix BG. Score 26. 20, 14, 36, 32, 28. Alright, we got 2 tokens in this one, and 2 energy elements, so this ought to be fun. Oh, we can go left. Oh right, I don't have infinite ammo anymore, so just have to rely on my lemons. Ow. Oh, I guess we're going down. Oh, I got a key. There we go. Well, so far, this is probably the best level of the bunch. And it's an actual checkpoint. Cool. Not gonna be any cheap friggin' invisible ladders, are there? Oh, there's one token. I don't like this combination of enemies. Why is there a 2 there? Oh, because that was nickel number 2. Alright. So I missed nickel number 1. It was probably take a right at the beginning. It's probably where the energy element's gonna... other energy element's gonna be. Dustman! Oh. Too early. Come on, Dustman. Thank you. And you just have one hit left, so... There we go. Dustman's always fun to fight. Oh, there's two of them. So, we can go back to the right this time. Whoa! Can I go left? That's painful. Oh, with that one screen at least. Holy crap. I can sort of make that. There you go. Nice screen transition. Not screen transition, nice background transition. Yeah, from one of the Game Boy ones. I haven't played much of those. Oh, that's an easy nickel to get. Nickel, again. Token! Why, though? Seriously? Is it supposed to be a building? Oh, those die in one frickin' buster shot? Alright. Now who are we fighting? Anchor, alright. I don't like the anchor fight. But that was that! Tier boss unlocked. Fight them to claim ranked 1. Yeah, we're not gonna do that yet. We are gonna read these reviews and finish the rest of the tier, though. A piece of cake, but with aesthetics. Let's go. I will say this, by the way, probably my favorite level so far. That's not saying much, but... well, I guess it's half true. It's certainly a piece of cake. Oh, excuse me. Nothing in here ever feels threatening, nor is it all that interesting. But flat color backgrounds with a couple of Tornado Man tiles does not make a good aesthetic. In fact, there's times where the visuals are outright hard on my eyes. Never mind some of the broken camera scrolling. In other words, there's really no aesthetics to be had here. It's not terribly offensive outside of the visuals, particular personal props for the split path with 2 energy elements being right at the start of the level making... at the start of the level... should be a comma, not a dash. Making it one of the least offensive second elements I've encountered in a while. But it doesn't do nearly enough to be good. To be honest, I'm more fascinated by the level's name than the level itself. What does it even mean, if anything? Either way, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this one. It's a relatively empty stage with very basic enemy and gimmick applications, to the point where, even after replaying the stage numerous times, it's kind of a struggle to remember any one distinct section of it, outside perhaps the methods for getting both tokens. I don't know, I think that first room to the right is going to stay with me for a little bit. At the very least, I can commend having a split path that's easy to access, given it's directly at the start of the stage. That aside, the only other major thing to comment on here would be the visuals. They're severely lacking, and I put it mildly. I guess that might be the intentional joke, given the level's name. If that's actually the case, though, I don't really think the joke was worth it. Is she gonna do that for every single thing? And look at her eyes, she doesn't have pupils there. I think they burnt out from that first room. Aesthetics isn't. I guess that's how you say that. That's a major irony of the title if I ever saw one. Well, it did get one thing right. It is a piece of cake. Yummy! There are two paths, both of them are relatively simple and aren't really all that remarkable, other than the occasional screen flashes in the form of bright background tiles. I guess that's supposed to be the aesthetics. Fancy font? At least the split happens right at the beginning, but I don't know if the split was very necessary to begin with. The stage could have been combined as one, and it would have flowed just the same for how themeless both sections were. For each end, you fight Dustman and Anchor, respectively. They're very standard ones with no changes to the arena to spice things up. One interesting bug did happen here. Anchor's element had spawned inside the boss gate and got pushed off screen because he died too close to the wall there. Whoops. Unfortunately, that didn't happen with me. I have to wonder about who's been decorating the cakes you've seen. Unless you mean aesthetics in a sense that this piece of cake plays music. I'll give you credit for the subtle difference in floor color between the paths, and for competent foreground graphics, but the unappetizing solid-colored backgrounds and occasional moments of overzealous window tiling offer no sense of place or wonder. As for creativity, I want anything. Anything at all. Create something. Don't just drop one or two random enemies onto boring platforms. And especially, don't let whole screens go by without any real danger, unless you're giving the player a break or setting up a surprise. One enemy acting as a shield for another enemy was not a good first step, but it's not enough to carry an entire level, or was a good first step. Three main things make up my total score here: the absence of problems with construction or programming, a lack of anything to aggravate me or to justify a skip teleporter, and the fact that I gave 5 points for a perfectly acceptable soundtrack. Apart from screen transitions being indistinguishable from pits, this sort of level is easy enough to navigate. Checkpoints are sufficiently frequent, collision and transition objects are used correctly, though you can blindly fall onto a telly at one point. Each path had telly. I don't remember a telly in the level. Oh wait, now I do, in the first path. Never mind. Each path has a couple prominent enemies or gimmicks, so there's the vaguest sense of focus. Challenge introductions are passable, if for no other reason than that the enemies are usually introduced one at a time in the blandest setting possible. Although Rush Jet and Laser Trident obliterate what little challenge there is, the design allows for freedom of weapon use without needless restrictions. I care about the title accurately describing the level, and despite the contentious aesthetics portion, the level is indeed a piece of cake. Piece of cake with aesthetics! Well, that was a fucking lie! Of course they had to censor themselves and friggin' put the censor over the Burr. This is a kid's game. What do you want? Anyways. 169th place. Nice. The cave level that exists by Big Rocker Ending. 26.40. Score 22, 15, 37, 35, 23. Yeah. What do we have? 2 tokens, 1 energy element. Let's do it! Oh, good, we have a signpost. Well, sign thing, floating thing. Well, this level exists. You're off to a rocking start. I mean, at least it's not generic Megaman tiles, I'll give it that. It's probably generic titles from another game, but... Alright. Nope. Alright, that's not gonna work. Hi, Flashman. Zuardo! Oh wait, that is not my line. I'm pretty sure it's a JoJo reference, but I don't know the series. We'll still ask. Oh, why? Indeed it is. Aren't you a clever one? Though I will admit, it doesn't seem related to this place at all. Then why did you say it? Whatever, give me the nickel. Nothing against JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, by the way. I just haven't watched the series. Got no qualms one way or another for it. There's a key. This is gonna be another one of those levels that's gonna give me a key and then put a checkpoint and... You know, one level in Megaman... And MAGMML 2 did it. So now every level needs to do it, huh? I got news for you. That one level that did it was not a very good level. Stop trying to emulate it. Oh, key right there. Never mind. Well, I'll come back to the level if checkpoint reached. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Bubble Man with club. Oh, with 2 health bars, okay. Oh, I'm not in water anymore. And I gotta fight... Oh, okay, so it's not 2 health bars, it's 2 bosses. People didn't learn their lesson with the first game. And again, it's something that Megaman Maker apparently does a lot of, but I don't play the game. No one likes fighting 2 bosses. Unless you're putting 2 bosses that complement each other. Oh, and never, ever put Bubble Man without water. I'm learning that don't put Sonic Man without water either, too. Because this actually might be a fun fight with water. Away. Oh, there's water over here, though. Nice jump. Alright. Couple more goes. Nobody likes fighting two bosses at the same time. Stop it! Stop doing that! I mean, I gotta imagine Thunder Beam is probably gonna be best for them, but... What's especially bad is the fact that I don't know Sonic Man. I don't know his pattern or anything like that. But I got to imagine Thunder Beam is gonna be Bubble Man's weakness at the very least. Of course, I actually gotta hit him with it. Sonic Man didn't care much for it, though. You don't care about that. Yeah, you don't like that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's not even the boss of the level. Are you kidding me? I don't like that boss whatsoever, by the way. And I'm sure he's going to be used a billion times in these early levels. Because he's a dev kit boss that wasn't in the original. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know why the dragon's going off screen, but... what? Oh, okay. Don't. I'm not gonna say it. Just repeating the same thing over and over again. I wonder if they're gonna have the same comment. Not gonna lie, this was kind of pointless. A whole lot of nothing happened, and there's not much to comment on. About the only gameplay worth bringing up is the double dev kit boss, which is bad because they tend to overlap like crazy and be a pain to dodge, and the unnecessarily big rooms, which is still bad because there's nothing to do except get lost for no reason. I don't even remember the rest of the level other than those two fucking bosses. Beyond that, only real comments are that the visuals are extremely bland and there's a broken slope, and the music is nice. Shinru. Yep, it sure does. In all seriousness though, there's not much going on with this level. Many of the room layouts are pretty bare bones, featuring a lot of wide open space that makes most of the enemies a non-issue, even more so when coupled with higher jumps granted by the water physics, which would have been nice in the double boss battle, just saying. This is especially true for the Mecha Dragon fight, as you're given four whole screens to deal with him. Beyond those issues, the only other noteworthy thing here is the double boss fight. Unless you're going to set them up so that their movesets and attacks play off or complement each other in some way, fighting two bosses at once is typically more of a pain than anything. Just sticking Bubble Man and Sonic Man in a room together, regardless of how large it is, doesn't work. Patchy. The loud music that exists! I'm guessing that was changed, that must have been changed during judging. As well as inconsistent volume audio mixing people. Well, this level certainly lives up to its name. It's a few screens of enemies, and the only thing going on is the cave story aesthetics. That what it was from? Haven't played that yet. As far as crossover stages go, this is unfortunately quite barren. It seems the collisions of the slopes are misaligned. Often Mega Man cannot traverse through a set of them without getting stuck in the ground. Another issue is that sometimes it's difficult to tell if you're out of water or submerged, since the water tiles look very similar to empty tiles at first glance. Also doesn't help that the screen transitions would mask the whole splash effect that normally going out of the water. I seem to be really bad at fighting Bubble Man on ground, as the fight with him and Sonic Man felt quite unfair with the lava tiles on the ground, limiting mobility. Bubble Man's buster shots are very hard to dodge without the water physics. Meanwhile, Sonic Man will punish you if you don't stand bound to the ground close to him at all times. The Mecha Dragon, on the other hand, is completely non-threatening, with so much ground to stand on its arena, trivializing the fight. She's not wrong in that regard. That is, the Mecha Dragon was very badly designed in that fight. What a title. The confidence you have in your level is exceptional. Ironically, this barely feels like a cave after the first couple of screens. However, it does feel like some DOS games I've played. Minimalistic, but not altogether unappealing graphics, large free-scrolling areas with no sense of challenge or progression, and enemies haphazardly introduced and then forgotten forever. No bards will sing of this level's clunky layout or lackluster architecture. Not that anyone would be able to hear them over the music, mind you. Volume aside, the relaxed audio is a good fit for the level, and one of the only reasons I enjoyed myself at all. At the very least, the level needs more background detail. The teleporter statue is a good start. More polished use of collision objects, e.g., putting a water collision over the top solid platforms, and some sense of focus beyond random water enemies sometimes, I guess. As a side note, if you're going to use this thematically unrelated Flashman NPC in the contest where one of the judges is named Flashman, give him dialogue I might actually say. Zawarudo, again, Jojo, I don't know. Indeed. Water physics inexplicably disappear when they're needed the most, with low gravity. Sonic and Bubble could have been a genuinely fun fight instead of the part where you give up on the no damage run. Good call on the weapon refill at the gate, though. I would have loved to battle Mecha Dragon in a submerged area with larger hops between fewer platforms. Even moving the dragon to the center of the arena would have been an improvement. All that room to work with, and the dragon hangs out so far off screen that you're basically tickling his feet with whatever weapon will reach it. Yes, this level certainly does exist, but it needs a better selling point than just it doesn't not exist. You aren't gonna put any effort in. Neither am I. Loyana also disliked this. Loyana, by the way, was a Spark's proxy when they couldn't play the game. They had issues with their hand and they couldn't play the game. So Loyana played the game for it. There's something up here. I know it. There you go. Faucet man. Failure. Faucet head constantly leaks sulfuric acid no matter how much the valve is tightened. So do all these have something? So we'll roll to this one. Consider revising this drill bomb. I really don't care to look at all those. Okay. I would rather get on with the game. I'm reading enough as it is with the friggin' reviews. 168th place. Psycho Facility by Sharker the Shark. Score 26.6. 17, 13, 35, 33, 35. 2 elements, 2 tokens. Let's go. Oh. Not a good choice for tiles. Also not a good choice for tiles. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be instant death. It doesn't look like it'll be instant death, but it'll be instant death. Told ya. That room is totally non-threatening. Also totally non-threatening. Okay, I think I know what it wants me to do. Can I stand on this? No, I cannot. Okay. So... Oh! That's right, I have Rush Bike. That's what it wants me to do. You'll have to forgive me, I forget Rush Bike exists. Even in Mega Man 8, I forget it exists. suppose I could use Rush Jet too, but why pass up this opportunity? What? Okay. Don't ask. I don't know, maybe not use the football throwing enemies, will you? I guess those are technically soccer balls because they actually do have one that throws footballs. American footballs. Oh! Okay, we're going down. Oh my god! SpongeBob Cave, eaten alive, blurb. Clearly, a lot of these levels were inspired by Duong. In Mega Man Level 2. There were actually hints to that, though. If you played the level, you saw arrows pointing down into the pit. They were subtle, but the hints existed. In these levels here, there seems to be no hints on any of these hidden paths. Oh, also having the, one of the elements halfway through the level like that is not good game design either. Again, that's why A Piece of Cake with Aesthetics is so far my favorite level. Like, there's no hint to that whatsoever. I suppose there is a very, very subtle hint. It's the only piece of the platform that doesn't have dots on either the top or the bottom. But how is anyone supposed to figure that out if they don't know the ladder is there? Whee! Ah, Game Boy enemies. Well, I already got both tokens, so... That's not good. If you're gonna have it so I can go backwards, you do not put an enemy right at the spawn point. I really should get Mega Man Maker and make some levels. Great Devil. do have to hit his eye. Turn around! Holy shit! There we go. I can see that boss being a real problem later on. Alright, let's see here. Oi! For once, I have absolutely no idea what to say about this. To be blunt, it's really, really boring. It's a bunch of enemies in really simple locations, with odd gimmick here and there that makes things slightly more basic. It has some unusual enemy choices, such as the Shield Guard and the Dishon Limited, but for the most part, there is really just there. Well, there's one aspect to complain about. What was the purpose behind the second element? This really isn't a level that warrants a second visit, and having to do so again just to find a random, basically unmarked ladder was vexing. That's the only part of this stage that's truly memorable, though. I don't know who that is. Although Shinru is standing in the same stance. Forgive my uncultured ass. Well, that was certainly something. In all honesty, there's not much to talk about here, at least when it comes to enemy placement and level layout, barring one particular moment. It's a rather short stage with basic enemy configurations along the mostly linear path. There are a couple of notable parts along the way, such as the first token. While I appreciate that an intentional death isn't required just to get it, it also begs the question as to why there's just a random patch of invisible floor over a spike pit. This isn't the only spot with terrain problems, however. There's two spots before the boss doors where you can stand in thin air along with the midway checkpoint respawning you inside the floor. And then there's the second token and energy element. For those of you that don't like spoilers and want to try to find them on your own, feel free to look away for the next block text in the review. I guarantee, however, that you're not going to find them unless 1. You already know where they are, or 2. You have the map or radar upgrades unlocked. Nah. Just why? Why exactly are these hidden in such an obscure way? There's absolutely no indication that there's a ladder beneath the metal baton, unless maybe, and this is really stretching it, the ladder is supposed to be lined up with the tube that comes out of said mini-boss. I'm just taking a wild guess here. Even if it were to be the case, however, it would still be an incredibly obtuse sin. La Facilities Psycho-Facility Sick. Whole aesthetics keep switching around per room. Is this the Psycho Park that this ye old facility? This level is a whole mishmash of random gimmicks, enemies, and misaligned collisions, feeling like the stage is just kind of thrown out there without much care or thought put into it. If you need even more evidence of how unpolished this stage is, the respawn point is embedded into the ground. Truly the level of all time. Now, how about we top this off with a funny secret ladder into a last token and energy element, along with a funny memory image. Next. I think I remember why I stopped reading the judge reviews on the 48-hour run. Level names are very important to me. They help set a player's expectations and may hint at the amount of care and effort expended by the designer. In fact, 2 whole points of my design score are devoted to how well the name matches the level. Cycle implies wheeled vehicles, or perhaps something cyclical such as seasons. Facility suggests a location with a specific function. I originally pegged this level as a place of indestructible purpose that cycles through unrelated tile sets and enemies, recycling the same uninspired configurations ad nauseum. But as soon as I wrote that sentence, it occurred to me that maybe this is a recycling facility. MAGMML 3 contestants, we need to have a talk about naming recycling themed levels. So let's assume that there's actually a theme here. I see junkyard tiles, vaguely industrial tiles, which don't match at all, junk spewing enemies, and enemies that dispense discarded balls and metals. Yet, yeah, it's a recycling facility. I don't know how Bubbles and the Goo Golem figure into it, or why we detour for a single screen into some other level involving lasers. I'll leave those questions to the philosophers. The numerous design flaws that are textbook examples of what happens when someone still learning how to use DevKit doesn't get other people into playtest their level. Some highlights include egregious problems with collision, section, and checkpoint place objects, a completely skippable mini-boss that creates a deadly problem if completely skipped, and an unsightly secret room with delusions of being an acceptable place to stash half the level's key collectibles. Still, the level is playable and not overly long or difficult. The music is good, background graphics, when they decide to show up, add some character. Part of me wonders whether this was submitted merely to see how the judges would react, but I'm hopeful this was an honest attempt gone awry. Hey, and actually a review from A-Spark since the beginning. I guess couldn't think of a comic. This feels like several levels thrown into a blender, and an incredibly unfocused level appeared from it. There was nothing but enemy challenges, as each gimmick only appeared once and were rarely appropriate for or adding anything, such as Quickman beams or water spouts. That was very odd that there was just one random level with a quick beam and that was it. But the constantly changing tile set was jarring, even if this was the point of the level. There needs to be some cohesion through the level, but we rarely ever saw the same enemy more than once, and certainly didn't find the level any more difficult than as it went on. In order for a constantly changing environment like this to work, there needs to be something that stays the same throughout, to anchor the player. Without it, the entire stage feels like a mess. Did there need to be a second exit? A token would have been enough. I mean, it's not wrong. Okay. Yeah, I don't know at that level. How many more levels are in this tier? 66. Alright. I figure going forward after this stream, I'm just going to play the levels, and I'll make another video to throw up on YouTube to actually read the reviews. Seems like it might work the best. Because I like to read the reviews. Not necessarily out loud, but I like to read them myself. And I don't want to sit here and with nothing while I'm reading the review. But yeah, we'll do 2 videos for YouTube. If you want to hear me ramble on about the reviews, and God knows you do, you can go check them out on YouTube. I really need to stop saying that because I'm not supposed to advertise it. Twitch gets mad at that. Oh no. 167th place. The level equivalent of an old man rambling at you. By Zunzet. Hey, this level just named this stream. Score 27.36. 19, 19, 41, 37, 28 with a 5% time penalty. 27.4. 27.36, whatever. Let's go! 2 and 2. Oh, I don't like this music. Hello, it's me, Dr. Light. I left this message here to inform you about some differences here you may not be aware. Firstly, I will inform you about these things called doors. This is gonna go on, isn't it? The name of the friggin' level. My throat's already hurting. I know, the fiends. There are multiple types of doors. Orange and yellow doors lead to forward progress, while blue doors lead to somewhat silly things. Two things will damage you if you touch them. Spike balls will hurt you quite a bit. Blue spikes will hurt you quite a lot, or in other words, kill you, so watch out. There are also secret passageways hidden from view, so keep a close eye on your surroundings. There are some powerful foes up ahead. Oh my... Okay, that's it. So stay on your guard. Good luck. You're gonna make me go through that. I don't like octopus batteries. At least those ones were easily placed. Yeah, it's gonna make me go through this. I don't like that at all, right there. Oh, it doesn't. Thankfully, I wasn't paying attention when I read that. It said yellow should kill you. But, you know what? It's gonna kill me anyways. Because I am not going through that. I just noticed there's a score system in this game. Wow. Cool. There hasn't been a score system in a Mega Man game since pretty much the first one, I think. Unless one of the Game Boy ones had a score system. Nice. I miss games that had score systems. Again, the level equivalent of an old man rambling at you. Dog. That looks suspicious. But I can't slide in there, so... This also looks suspicious. But I think it's just tiling. Hello, and welcome to the ice cream parley. We serve all kinds, and serve all kinds as well. Sure. This music is not good for a full-length level. I dare exposit. After gruelingly studying for educational purposes, it is quite delightful to acquire some ice cream from this here quaint, pre-purposing ice cream parlor. I'm not talking to everybody, buddy. Why? Like, what do you have to say, at least? Fuck your tadpoles. I hope you say something after destroying them. No, you don't. You didn't find me. I'm willing to bet the token was in that room somewhere. Hey, don't do that shit. Oh, what did he say about the doors? Fuck. I don't remember what he said about the doors. Why, hello. It appears you just came from the room with an excessive amount of bees. Perhaps you found the amount of bees lacking. Perhaps you would like to fight even more bees. If you so desire, you can continue up the ladder to fight 2 mini-bosses, followed by 2 bosses who are in the shape of bees. If not, continue playing to the right to play the level if you'd like normal. Well, no. Bees. Bees! Well, let's go take a look at bees. 2 of these things, okay. See, now this is fine. I mean, it's uneventful, but it's fine. Provided my frickin' controller didn't want it to work proper. This is not fine. Hornet Man is not an easy fight to begin with. You don't need 2 of them. I am not going to deal with 2 Hornet Men. Don't care about that. Seems like a lot of enemies might be weak to Spark Chaser. Let's see if Hornet Man is. Nope, you don't care about Spark Chaser. Oh yeah, you don't like Ice Wall. I mean, it's a fun fight with, weapons. Alright, now I gotta go back into the level, halfway through. Listening to this awful music. You know, Mega Man 3 is a fantastic soundtrack. But this song is not one of the good ones. go through this stupid-ass fucking ice cream parlor. This is very, like, inappropriate music. Nope. Alright, they're immune to that. You did not like that, so... Make up your mind on the song! Well, that's suspiciously random. Just because, I suppose? Yeah. I guess that one's on me. Okay, let's see. Alright. Also on me. There we go. Nice. Boom. Thank you. Now we're back to this music. And we have 3 signs. Thanks for getting this far. The monitors over there will give you the context of for the level equivalent of an old man rambling at you. Warning, it's long. Thanks for the warning. Really? Did he just... Stop with the stupid humor! Yes, MAGMML has stupid humor in it. Yes, some very good levels have stupid humor in it. But, like, run the joke through people. If they play the level and they sit there and go, I don't get it, don't do it. I myself would never attempt a level for humor, because I do not believe I could pull it off proper. Anyway, I don't remember any old man rambles coming with ominous theme music. Same with the songs for the ice cream parlors in the jungle. I also don't remember any actual difference between the orange and blue doors, as both of them lead to level progress considering that there's multiple energy elements. Kinda sideswiped the concept there. Yeah, the initial text that made me think it was gonna be like a maze-like level with various different colored doors. I guess he threw that idea out the window for old man ramblings and ice cream parlor jokes. Most of what I do remember is a poorly built level. Machine Gun Joes jump off screen a lot, and Walking Bomb isn't nearly as prominent as the completely skippable ramble suggests. There's plenty of bees, however, entirely too many bees. What even was that nonsense, anyways? Top it off with a dull attempt at a joke boss, and Hornet Man struggling to function to duplicate, and we've got a level I rather didn't enjoy. There are two pieces that deserve credit, at least. The fact that damage spikes versus kill spikes are actually explained and telegraphed, and the token challenges are mildly interesting. Doesn't make up for the rest of the level, but they warrant recognition nevertheless. Did I find the second token? Yeah, I did. Okay. What? No, seriously, what was that? I can't even talk about this, because there's almost nothing in here worth bringing up. That isn't immediately obvious from just looking at the level itself. The double Hornet Man fight is the only thing I could really think of that warrants any kind of mention, mostly because of how frustrating that it is unless you abuse Tornado Blow. Other than that, I'm not even sure what else to say here. Even that context at the end doesn't help explain this level much. If anything, it only raises more questions. Angry Grandpa. I guess that's the name of her reviews. I mean, it would make sense that that's the name of her reviews. Otherwise, she's just randomly saying things. And I suppose if that's her character, so... Regardless, Angry Grandpa. Well, that was a stage, I guess. The old man joke boss was pretty funny, but the rest of the level... it's just there. A very bare-bones level with nothing really much standing out in terms of design. Even the Joe at the beginning just jumps off screen if you wait long enough. He doesn't want to get involved here. A joke boss fight alone is not going to be enough to get the level a high score, pal. The tiling could use some work too. Never mind the fact Napalm Man's tile set is kinda overused. Wait, why are there hidden paths inside the walls now? What? When it's not obvious, when it's not about the old man, the other half of the level devolves into Bees Funny, right guys? The bee jokes have gone so out of control that there are now 2 Hornet Men. That's not a good prize. Needless to say, the fight is pretty unreasonable and unfun. It was very fun when I was using special weapons, because throwing the tornado hole and dropping an ice wall while the Hornet Men just run into it was fairly amusing. Unfortunately, you're not supposed to make a boss with weapon energy, like... You're not supposed to make a boss with weapon energy in mind, unless the boss's gimmick is the fact that you use weapon energy against it, like the Boom Beam, or Auto Bounce from MAGMML 2. Make sure your stuff can be completed with the Mega Buster. Whatever. haven't made a Mega Man level yet. This is really making me want to go and make a few, though. Oh no, Flashman's really gonna ramble, isn't he? Crap. Hold on. Why me? Oh, I had a feeling one of the judges was gonna do this. Back in my day, we made levels that made sense. Context? We gave players context right away, or left hints everywhere. Anyone who hid their context in a secret room or at the end of the level was fed to the sharks. You better believe we had sharks. Big sharks, all over the place, and sock drawers everywhere. Just like power-ups here. Kids these days think E-tanks grow on trees. They don't. Only little health refills do. Which reminds me, if you're going to use flower and spike tiles, make sure they match the background. Now I'm beginning to think he's not actually rambling. I think he's just giving critique. You can't decorate a bunch of collision objects and call it a level. A level should have a deliberate sense of style with tidy architecture and a sensible layout and polished text. Before I was a freelance garlic salesman... Okay, we're back to the rambling. Before I was a freelance garlic salesman, I was a llama photographer. So I know a thing or two about aesthetics. And you can't throw music tracks around all willy-nilly and call it a soundtrack. When I was your age, we only had one Hornet Man. And that was already more than some of us could handle. Back then, we had to walk 20 screens uphill to the only boss chamber in the whole level, and there were no secret passages dropping us off who knows where. We almost never heard from Dr. Light, unless we were stuck on an asteroid hurtling towards the sun. And that was mostly for flavor. Context. There was a level named Gutsman's Asteroid in MAGMML 2, which was totally not taken off of the Gutsman's ass meme. And Flashman created it. One of the lines in the level is the fact that Mega Man was on a meteor hurtling towards the sun. Explaining the joke for those who've never played the first game, although if you're watching this stream and you haven't played the second game, I mean, then what are you doing here? Certainly not being entertained. And that was mostly for flavor. We learned everything the hard way, through good level design. Did I ever tell you about the time I found bees in my tadpole eggs? Or the time someone left caltrops on their stairs? Those were pretty good stories. Well, I need to rest my eyes for a bit. Be a dear and get me some ice cream, would you? I could use some ice cream right now. I don't mind if it's nutty, but it does have to be layered right, so it doesn't look like it's entirely nuts. So, most of this stage is spent reading signs. They say comedy is subjective, but the stage amounts to bees. Expect a chuckle. People will just skip your pages and pages of funny dialogue. Not a word. What's this? A judge doesn't find a comedy about bees to make a good level. My chest cavity full of bees ought to put a stop to that. No! No, it won't! Adding more bees suddenly make it funny! Oh, I agree. Bees are not funny. That's why I've brought hornets. All of that and not a single not the bees joke, huh? Okay. Okay. I don't want to spoil myself with what's ahead, but how many levels are left in this tier? 1. Okay, we can finish the tier then. Hopefully. Oh, this is reassuring. 166th place, Ultimate Level, by SM's 3000. Ugh. Small. Alright, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Score 30.4. 27, 21, 48, 24, 32. Alright. One energy element, one token. Let's go. Got more text bosses. Hi, this is my first level, ultimate level. I'm new at this stuff in MAGMML. I have a little experience of Game Maker Studio. Okay now, enjoy the level. If you're being honest, I will happily enjoy the level. Usually first-time levelers are uneventful, but not difficult. Never mind. That was a really bad placed enemy. I mean, I see the thought process on it, but it was still not a well-placed enemy. Avocados in general are difficult to deal with. Oh, and for the record, I don't know if it's Picado or Pataco. I never fucking remember. I'm just gonna ignore you guys. Oop, 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 oop. That's very suspicious. No? Okay. I do not like the toothpaste dispensers. They're not good enemies. Alright, why would you just have the one key coin and only have the one key? Also, how on earth am I supposed to do this? First level, okay. Oh, checkpoint right there, at least. What? Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. I hope you do that again. That was actually a pretty entertaining part. Just came out of nowhere, that's all. I want to note, by the way, I'm out of the first tier and I've already been completely stocked on freaking tanks. Some would say, I'm tanked. I wish I was. Damn it, I didn't jump. Whoa! Okay. The end is near. I hope you're ready. I don't know what music this is from, but I like it. I don't... Hit the wrong button. And I lost the key. And that time I hit the button I wanted to hit the last time. And, yep. Quint. Come on, I'll fight you on the ceiling. Ow. I'll be nice. I won't comment on the level. I will just go back in there and get the token. Fucker. Oh, of course that's immune to that. First level, I will leave my comments to myself. And I have to stop hitting the wrong button. Let those spawn. There we go. Well, I don't know how to get that the legit way, so we're just going to kill ourselves. And grab it like that. See, this is the funnest part of the level. I wish he did more with that. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Whatever, it's not like I'm not gonna get another M tank for the game. There we go. I would have laughed if one of those was an M tank. Thank you. Yeah. I don't need to fight Quint. again. Alright, let's see here. This level is called Ultimate, but it doesn't seem to be shouting out Maria very much. / Sonic Adventure 2 joke. This is the ultimate! As for what it does do, well, not a lot actually. While yes, this level has a lot of different pieces, the majority of actual design is just basic jumps and flat surfaces. This takes any potential variety and curbs it, with the vast majority feeling samey, even though there's a new toy in every room. Variety is a good thing to have, but it's a variety of scenarios that create interesting design, not a grab bag of pieces with the same window dressing. That being said, there are some specific moments I need to cover. First, there's an unnecessary amount of pixel-perfect jumps in this stage. They're not exactly difficult, since you can just use utilities, but the excess makes this a bit tedious. Secondly, while the idea of carrying a key through a level is a neat one, I'm not sure I appreciate how easy the checkpoints can screw over the player. Granted, if that didn't happen, there would be no difficulty in getting the level's token, but having to restart everything for one little mistake often leaves a bitter taste. I'd have much preferred an actual challenge to fake difficulty. Still, as a first level, this really isn't bad. A bit on the boring side, which really hampers my ability to talk about it, and a touch too many tedious parts, but there is a foundation here. My main piece of advice, a variety of scenarios with a small handful of gimmicks is usually more effective for level design. Quality over quantity, and don't be afraid to experiment with different placements. Oh, the custom graphics were pretty. Regularly appearing black backgrounds got dull fast, but otherwise they looked nice. I don't want to turn this review into a full-on lecture, but assuming the text box at the beginning isn't a joke or some elaborate trollish ploy, then I'd like to give you some advice. When it comes to level design, there's a number of things you need to keep in mind. One of them includes proper introduction to new gimmicks and enemies so they don't blindside the player. This stage goes against that basic design principle in a number of ways. I'm not saying your enemy and gimmick setups need to be hand-holding levels of easy, but they should at least let the player get a proper feel for what they're going to be put up against. Putting them in a situation like the start of the stage, where two different dropping platforms are introduced over instant death, is a bit much for an introduction. And having two new enemy types waiting for you on the other side of those platforms isn't doing any favors. This stage also suffers heavily from one-and-done problem, where a gimmick or an enemy will appear and then never show up for the rest of the stage. A good chunk of the level is like this, for that matter. Ugh. Funny enough, despite the stage being so frantic with its consistent use of different enemies and gimmicks, it's still relatively easy. The only points where things become somewhat tricky are during certain 4-tile-wide jumps, a few of which I don't think are possible without utilities. And then there's the fight against Quint. While I'm up for changing up things with the vanilla engine bosses, I can't help but wonder what the point of adding gravity flippers to Quint's fight. It only seems to serve to make him easier than he already was. At least that's what I'm getting out of it anyway. Overall, this definitely isn't the worst level I've ever played. Very far from it, in fact. But it's still not particularly good either. Practice makes perfect, though, and I know you can improve immensely over this. Ultimate level, MAGMML 2. It's okay. For a first ever level, can definitely see some beginning design mistakes, such as blah, blah, blah. Not introducing your gimmicks first in a safe environment. Several of the platforms first appear over a bottomless pit, especially rough with the placement of the Picado 24 mandatory 4-tile jumps that requires the player to do them almost pixel perfect. All gimmicks and enemies come and go, never to be used again for the rest of the stage. Minor complaint, but no walls where the screens end makes it somewhat annoying to secret hunt. The powered up switch setup is also quite precise without using weapons. If you figured it out, let me know what you're supposed to do. For the love of God. I don't know. The gravity flippers make the Quint fight a little more interesting than normal, but said gimmick was never introduced in the stage itself. Yawn. So it could be confusing for players who have not seen the gimmick prior. Granted, it's a dev kit asset, but the point still stands that proper gimmick handling is important. Flashman. I could almost believe that this is a legitimate attempt to a real level. What with the reasonably kind checkpoint placement, thoroughly normal length, good sounding music, and graphics that vaguely look like there's something I guess. But then there's an ambush by a Picado 24 and a Sniper Joe, and an end is near sign secretly forecasting a cheap death, and a halfway interesting fight with a boss who's notorious for not being taken seriously, which collectively make it hard to believe that anything named Ultimate Level ever had any intention of being good. This level is neither truly ultimate nor ironically unultimate. It's a series of unrelated, uninspired challenges taking up space with a visually and architecturally... Oh my god, yawning. Barren location. Ugh. And it smells like a half-buttered attempt at a troll level. If you're going to troll us, do it right. Subvert expectations, mess with our heads, pile on the pain until it's preposterous, but demonstrate just enough restraint to keep from getting excluded. This level demonstrates so much restraint that it almost doesn't have an identity. Aside from the aforementioned ambush, sign, and boss, which actually kind of work, to an extent, you could have had a promising career as a troll if you really wanted to. Virtually no risks are taken. This feels like an early draft, in which the designer was still trying out different ideas and getting a handle on how collision objects work. Any difficulty stems from fleeting setbacks or mild inconveniences. Once you know where the beginner traps are, the hardest part is getting the token. Getting the token is having the patience to play this level a second time. A good level should be fun to play. A good troll level should be fun to watch other people play. This level, it is ultimately a level. Unfortunately, there is very little substance to this level. There are huge numbers of enemies and gimmicks used exactly once and never seen again. It is very hard to show any kind of progression or focus in a level of unique assets. Because of this fundamental flaw, there isn't a lot to talk about with this level. There are a couple of positives. The graphics are pretty well tiled and put together, though lacking in detail and background, and the music is awesome. Funnily enough, the Quint fight was pretty enjoyable because of how silly it ended up being. Checkpoints are also pretty well placed, though one does... Though one does bypass a puzzle, so shrug. There are a few pixel-perfect or even impossible buster-only sections in the level, which are pretty obnoxious to break what little flow the level has. The token requiring no death is not a particularly fun concept, especially when it can be locked out via a checkpoint later on. It is obvious that this is a first attempt. but I would recommend looking at other levels and limiting what assets you use in future. Also, try to get other members of the community to have a look at your level before you submit it, and take advice from them. Yeah, these do a number on my voice, or on my throat. So yeah, going forward, I will not be reading the reviews. I'll be making a different video for that, where I can actually read the review, and then edit the reviews, the next reviews in afterwards. Just seems like the logical choice at this point. Oh, alright, that's gonna go back to the beginning. Tier 1 Boss by Snorunt Pyro. I thought she didn't have anything to do with this game. Megaman, am I ever so glad to see you. I'm in a pickle. The biggest pickle there ever was. This area is for competitors and tourney staff only, but someone just snuck in who's just regular. I tried politely to eject that nonsense-spewing interloper, but I got befuddled and ejected myself. I'm too embarrassed to go back in. Could you shoo away the trespasser? I'm thinking back at Snorunt Pyro's previous creations. Unless it's a brand new one. Regular Joe. Oh, okay. It's a brand new one. Aha! Finally! Something good! Too many dentures, boots, and apple cores down here. I still can't decide if that weird badge I found is worth keeping. Maybe I'll use it as a drink coaster. Uh-oh. I think I've been followed. Ahem! This area is closed to traffic. Leave this area now. Return to your homes, families, and favorite television shows. Hey, I'm allowed to be here. I got a tournament pass. You're the one who... The mayor has been notified and is sending bureaucrats to this area. Evacuate now, before you all die, or worse. Oh, well, okay, fine. I guess I'm trespassing. You caught me. I know. Why don't you escort me out? I'm sure there's a restricted area would like some quiet time alone. Right now? No way. There's too much good junk. Too much good junk left for me to find. I can feel it. Anywho, I'm gonna get back to digging. I'm not in the mood for a fight, so see yourself out, okay? Oh, today got even better! I spy with my singular eye. A health bar! It's so beautiful. Okay, now we totally need to fight. You might get blown up a little. I hope you don't mind. Well, that was easy. Ah! Well, you beat me. But I won't blow up into tiny piff like some nameless chump. Today, I explode like a boss. Achievement unlocked. Ruffian in the rubble. And I got my first token. Oh no. I was hoping that we wouldn't have a cutscene after this. Back at the hotel. I had my suspicion the kids got the better room than Otto and I, but wow. Really regretting not bringing that capsule from the cruise with me. Welcome back, Megaman. Did you find anything? Well, I've gotten one of those ranks. So far, everything seems on the up and up. I suppose that's good, but we can't be too careful if Wily's involved. I've been keeping a close eye on the things here. Make sure you do the same. What? You can't be serious! Me? Disqualified? But I'm the strongest of the robots here. I'm one of the strongest robots here. Strength doesn't mean anything if you can't play by the rules. I'm afraid none of these ranks you've given to me are the real ones. I won't allow a poor sport in my event. You wretched cheat! I'll pay you back for this! Bye! Ah! If it isn't the star of our event, I'm terribly sorry you had to see that. Was that one of the contestants? Yes, it was one of the contestants. Unfortunately, some robots are simply too eager to prove themselves the best, but cheating isn't the way to do things. I see. It's good to know you're being thorough with these rules, Mr. Will. Please, call me Ernest. I hope all our accommodations have been to your liking. So far everything seems to be fine. We appreciate the effort. Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Awkward. Look, Thomas. Whoa! It's me! You knew it's me! This is a pair of Groucho Marx glasses! I'm not even trying! What? Where are you? The public doesn't know, but I'm not going to treat you like an idiot. Even Mr. X was a better disguise. Honestly, I'm glad you're here. A little backup would be good for this mess. Huh? Mess? Did you lose control of your tournament already? And why would you want me to help you anyways? No, that's not what I meant, you dunce. There's higher stakes at play here, you know. We have a common goal here. You want the world destroyed as much as I do, which is to say, you don't. What are you talking about, Albert? Look, you remember that mess with the Wily Star from the last festival? That wasn't me. What? Indeed, that might shock you, but not even I'm crazy enough to use a reality-altering cannon that I've barely tested. You can't prove you're the best with everything's scrambled beyond recognition. I fought with that stupid core for months, and I got nowhere with it. I actually had to take a vacation. Me, the brilliant Dr. Wily. But while I was gone, some upstart impersonated me and drove out all of my robots and stole my lab. All for some harebrained evil plan. And thanks to them, my bunker's in shambles. I needed this cheap disguise just to get anywhere. You'll forgive us if we find that hard to believe, Albert. Using first names is really weird. They always called each other Wily and Light. But then again, they don't call him Man. They either call him Rock or Mega, so... I can't expect you to believe me either way, but I'd like your help. I haven't yet deduced the exact identity of that reality core thief, but I haven't wasted my genius on blind guessing. Whoever upstaged me and activated that core must have been someone who thrives on spectacle and publicity. Why else would they have made that gaudy announcement back at the festival? Therefore, part of this tournament's purpose is to try to draw them out. I'm certain they won't be content with stopping after one plan. Whether you believe me or not, neither of us want some loon to break the world again. So I think a truce is in order. You're right. We can't allow something like that to happen again. If you're actually willing to help us keep the tournament safe, then we can have a truce. You know, this never works. As I said, cheating isn't the way to do things. Stopping our mystery upstart comes first. Then we can go back to proving that I'm the best. If that's how you want to see things, Albert. Perfect. We'll all be keeping an eye out for tomfoolery. Together, we'll make sure that this is an event that no one forgets. Costume unlocked. We'll check that out some other time. Because for now, I need to call this because I'm hungry, and I think I just made my dog bark by resting the controller on my desk. But I am hungry, my throat hurts now, and I am hungry, my throat hurts now, and I need to go. I never know how to end these. Depending on how my throat feels, I may be back tomorrow. I don't know. I probably will end up taking tomorrow off, however. Because throat. Throat in Final Fantasy XIV. Which, like I said, I'm addicted to. So. But anyways, next time, no reading reviews. I kind of want to save my throat. I will read the reviews at a later date, record a video for that, and throw it on up at that website that I keep mentioning that I shouldn't be mentioning because it's advertising other channels. But if you want to find me, just search Orgo Corgo, you know. My name. It's around. But until then, next time you'll see me at the latest will be Saturday. Saturday with Dragon Ball Z. I still have to watch that anime. So I'm gonna go and find the time to do that at some point this week. The 3 days that are left. But take care, all.